Melissa or Mel, I just misread it. How you doing? Some of you are on Reddit. Virgo, how are you? So we're going to go into some channel messages and then we're going to look into the tarot reading, but we're going to look into your partner and their thoughts and their feelings, or the people external from you. If you have not seen this channel before, I do different things. So we relate a lot to numerology and also star signs. Okay, so as a Virgo, you are obviously a 9, but so is a Pisces because of the moon. So you can look at life path number, healing year number, 9, Pisces or Virgo. Okay, but it's very important in order to probably watch the video below also. Okay, so above, so below, something to do with the magician or magic. Paul or Daniels, or the name Dan or Danny, anything beginning with D. Dana, I keep hearing Dana, or Danish pastry, or someone's from Danish, but like Danish pastry. So some of you are probably making pastry or baking a cake. You could be called baker or baking cakes. Make me a cake as fast as you can. Pack it and prick it with B. Anybody be called it also that has the name B, or Macaulay Culkin. I'm also hearing Colin, also the name Colin, or Macaulay, Dana McCall. Oh, okay, so what's that? She was the big brother. So your big brother or your big sister called Dan or Dana or Dean. I'm also picking up the name Dean, but my big brother Dean. I'm picking up my big brother Nadine, also my big brother. So something to do with my brother or sister is called Nadine or Nadine. Okay, I'm also hearing Nina Cherry, also Nina Cherry, but Nina or Neve, Naive, Steve, also the name Steve, Naive, Eve, Steve, Naive, or Neve. Okay, the name Neve. But definitely Steve. Steve keeps coming up saying, is that me? Are you a Piscean? Yeah. You on about numerology? Anyway, naive. I was naive. I didn't know what to say because it feels like that I misread it. So this is the physical people that are on the website Reddit, or like I misread. I misjudged you. Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine. Something to do with Libra too. I misjudged it. Okay, I misjudged something. It's kind of like I'm visually impaired and I misjudged what you said. I rubbed you up the wrong way. I took it the wrong way. I'm sorry, is what I keep hearing. Like, I'm sorry, I misread what you said. I don't know what you said, but I misread it. I misjudged you for something. It's kind of like that somebody formed an opinion of a personal certain thing, but they misjudged it. It means that I didn't mean to misjudge you, I just missed you. So I miss you like crazy is what I'm hearing. I miss you like crazy. Miss you like crazy. So somebody missed you. Misty, the name Misty? Or Mister. Anyway, I misjudged what you said. I didn't mean to judge you for that. I didn't mean to hold you accountable for that. It's just that you didn't really give me time to explain because I misread what you said. So if it was a text, and you missed the text, you probably didn't look at a message that came through for you and you missed it, or you read it wrong, which means that I read something but I looked into it too much and I shouldn't have done, because what I did is misjudged what you said because it probably wasn't actually spoke about, it was actually said on a text. So if somebody broke up or argued in a text message but physically didn't speak, I'm hearing now that it's a lot to do with, oh, sorry, I misread what you put. I didn't know that you meant that. And it's like, well, no, it's because you didn't speak to me about it. That's why. If you'd just listened for a second, I would have been able to explain. So I misread. I didn't understand what you meant. So it feels like, Virgo, that you have this discussion that could well be coming up through misjudging each other by not discussing an energy of presence. So if you've watched my videos for a while, it's always good energy to not bring up the past, because whichever way you look at it, I feel is that you guys have lived out of some kind of past something, or Parsons again. See, me personally, if you've seen my channel just lately, I've put out a lot of videos, educational ones, the Akashic Book of Records. The thing that's most difficult for me is that I've just reached the book of what I call the Book of Death. The list and the book of the Karmic Book of Death, which is names, times, dates of death, sentences, Okay, so it's very disturbing when you reach that book of death, when you understand that it's happening, you've been predicting it, and so on and so forth. But so like yeah, the book of death, the book of shadows, something to do with shadow, my iron lung. Somebody could have had, you could have anything to do with around a Cancer, and I'm sorry if my dog goes absolutely ballistic. Somebody just has to stand up to say that they're just about to walk out the door. That dog will bark constantly without being quiet. So you could be dealing with a cat, you could be dealing with a Leo itself, okay, and a barking mad. Someone was barking mad or is barking mad, I don't know. But I keep hearing the name Baker or Barker, okay. Parker also, somebody that wears a Parker. Car park, you're definitely dealing with Cancerian. They had this energy that came up around a shadow of a lung, like I'm going for a lung, or somebody's doing weeds because they're doing lungs is what I'm hearing, like lung test or a liver function test. I'm hearing that I need to go for a liver function, see? I need to go for a liver function test, or you might even be eating healthy and you're eating things like liver, or a Chianti, or it could even be your auntie. But I'm hearing something to do with Carissa, you're right Carissa, or Carissa, or Carrie. Okay, but Kerry, I'm also hearing Kerry. I'm also hearing Mason, something to do with Freemasons. Some of you are into the Freemason and trying to break the code of, trying to stop the Freemasons. Or like you're into, I don't know, I keep hearing something to do with freedom, or Freemasons, or freedom. Brave heart. Something's like, we want to be free. We want to do what we want to do. But like, we want to do whatever we want to do, and we'll do that even if it's voodoo. So you've got somebody here that probably is voodoo. Don't worry about them. It don't work. Okay, but something to do with that, we'll do whatever we want to do. Okay, so somebody can look after themselves, meaning that it's fine, you do whatever you like, but I can look after myself. So somebody's quite Andy, or the name Andy. Apps, relapse, somebody could have relapsed. I don't know if this is anything to do with the iron lung, or someone taking lungs, like lungs. I keep saying lungs. Something on somebody's lungs, around, I don't know, like a shadow on someone's lungs, is what I keep hearing, like I'm found a shadow on my lungs. So, I mean, I don't know, these messages can even be, like I said, where you work for the NHS, right, or you go to the hospital or something around breathing, but something around a shadow is what I keep hearing, like shadows, like the shadow people or something, or, I don't know, you're seeing things in shadows, okay. What else has Virgo got? Virgo. I misjudged it. That's the main message. I misused it. You see, again, somebody's misusing something. Feels like that they're being used or abused, or someone's abusing a substance, is what I'm also hearing, like substance abuse. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, is people drinking alcohol, drugs, or somebody around you that you know that is misusing or using something like drugs, alcohol? I mean, it could be smoking weed, even that would be classed as using for me as a message. So, like, I'm using. Okay. I'm using again, Jen. Engen car cancerian. Something to do with I'm using again, Jen. Even if you didn't know, someone is pretty much telling you of the spirit. Yep, yeah, they're using again. So somebody that you know of, if they're struggling around heroin or something like that, they're using again. Right? That's what I'm hearing. I'm using again, Jen. Okay. Julian, Justin, Jasmine, or Jace. Jason. But I'm using again. I'm using your engine. Somebody's using someone's car, or just using somebody for a ride. Like, well, I'm only using you for a jump start, or like feels like they're being used just for sex. Like, what, you just want me for sex? That's it. You're just using me for a jump. Is that it? Or you just want to use my car just for a jump start? Is that really all you want? It's just to use my car just to jump start? Some of you are looking for a jump start, or like you're looking for like and your heart stops. What is that for? Heart stop? Heart operation. Something to do with like trauma. Well, PTSD, there you go. Virgo. But like trauma patients, like in the E and EU, or the AE, whatever you call it, A&E, in the A&E, and the trauma unit is what I keep hearing, like the trauma unit, and we work for the NHS, blah blah blah, in the trauma unit is what I keep hearing, trauma. If not, someone's traumatized, hypnotized. Hypnotherapy. Some of you are doing hypnotherapy, or something wrong with somebody's hip. My lip. Someone's lip. Melissa. Somebody's lip. I mean, which lip is it? It's either those lips or these lips. But it's like, just keep your lip shut. Lithuania. Someone from Lithuania. Or lips. Someone's got nice lips, or big lips, or red lips. I mean, you're right there, red lips. Red lips. Sagittarius with red lips. Or red lipstick, and you put red lipstick on. Just going to put some red lips on. Red lips. Very strange messages. For one. But that's what I'm hearing. Red lips. Right there, red lips. Red lips. Hips. Like big hips and red lips and nice tits. Like hearing like a nice pair of blue tits. I mean, is it? I don't know. Is it Piscean? Because there's two birds on top of a perch of the Pisces card. So I'm hearing nice lips. Or can I show you my lips? I don't know. 11:11 on the clock. Something to do with two blackbirds. Two blackbirds. Crow. Brandon Lee. Crow. The crow. Or like two lips. Tim. Name Tim. Tiny Tim. Two lips. Can I show you my lips? I mean, what is that? Is somebody got nice lips, big lips? I don't know, but I'm hearing, look up there, big lips. Big lips. Or Livy? Or Lithuania with lips? Oh, I don't know. Why do I keep seeing lips? Lips. Eclipse. Something to do with a lunar. A lunar or eclipse? The lunar eclipse. Is there a lunar eclipse coming up? Lunar eclipse. The lunar. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so let's have a look at what's been going on of what, Virgo, what does your partner think and feel about you, Virgo? What does Virgo's partner think and feel about Virgo? Bam. My knight in shining armour. Are you going to talk to me? Do you want to talk to me? Can we talk at least? So your partner feels as if they're open to discuss. But if you're waiting for this person to and they don't, they're just thinking, well, you know what, I'm open in order to talk about it if you want to, but if you don't, you don't, but I want to. That's what your person thinks, that if you ask them a question, they will answer it. Okay, so something with a basket also, like a basket case or a basket weaver, or Steve, or Stephen, or Steva, but like a basket weaver. Or something to do with someone's got like a weave, or like Weasel. Is that, what's the name? Weasel Perm. Isn't it the one that moaned before that I cut off and blocked? Weasel Perm. Someone's got a Weasel Perm. Or like Wheezing. Weezer. The band Weezer, whatever that is. Anyway, your partner thinks and feels that if you want to talk, it's open for discussion. Meaning that if you want to talk about it now, I will do. That's how they feel. Okay. So they feel like that they would communicate with you, but I just can't tell you if they're going to, because it still can be you, because if you both feel at the same time that you want to talk with one another, if one of you reaches out, the other person will give you an answer to whatever it is, meaning that they will pick up the phone. They will talk about it. If you want to, your partner feels like they will. They will respond to what you ask. Okay. That's how they feel. Okay, let's see. Virgo, Sun, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. What does Virgo's partner think and feel about Virgo? Yeah, well, they've got children. If you've got friends, friends will be friends. So you could be visiting friends, you could be going out. You might find that this is kind of like, well, no, I'm just going to sit back and wait for them to reply, or M to reply, or M, Melissa, Maria, Melanie, but I'm just waiting for them to reach out and say something to me. But again, it's there, it's a possibility, but then you have like the brakes that get put on. So I need the brakes putting on my car, or the brakes looking at here. So you could really be dealing with a 7 or a Cancerian. But it's like, well, look, I'm open in order to talk about it, but if you don't and you don't reply, then I don't really know what to do because I don't know whether you would reply or not. So it's kind of like that bit where people are possibly checking their phone to see if the person's messaged or not, but then they don't really know, but it's kind of like they're looking at their phone to see if the person spoke, but if it isn't come through, they think, well, I'll just wait for you to come to me and speak to me if you want to, right? So you kind of both got that energy where, well, it kind of means that it's there to speak, but it also means no. So it's kind of like, well, yes means yes and no means no kind of thing, right? Yes means yes, but no means no. Meaning that if it doesn't come through, your person didn't, and you're still waiting for this person to do it. So you've kind of got a stubborn energy of like, well, it's open for discussion. If you want to, you can, but tricky energy with the Knight of Pentacles. But it means that you would talk about a steady conversation if it was, because you would talk about going steady, which means like, look, let's just talk, but let's just take it one step at a time, right? This would be the answer to it, is what they're saying. That if any of you start speaking here, the person would say, look, we can, but let's just take it slow, okay? Let's not just rush straight in and dive in the deep end. Let's just take it slow. So what I am doing is looking at your partner, what they think and they feel is that they will talk, but they don't want to rush into something straight away. If you've had arguments in the past and you've split up or whatever and you want to talk about it, it's free to talk. But your person does not want to rush into anything, right? So if that is your opinion and you're like, well, I don't really care, boo, and I don't really want to speak to you, then it will end up not really speaking. Because it's a strange energy here, meaning that what your person feels is slight energy of like, well, I'm okay if you want to talk with me, but that's going to be down to you, boo, if you want to talk. If you do, my response of how I feel will be that I will talk to you, but I don't want to rush straight back into however it was. I want to just take it slow, okay? I want to take it steady. So for a lot of you here though, Virgo, y'all could have really met a new person and you're interested in a new person, because these are new people. Like I said, that's up to you. That's completely down to you. Y'all free to move away from whatever or wherever you like. But your past partner is open for discussion. But if you don't want to and you do want to move away, your partner probably feels that you probably don't want to speak anymore if you're not. That's how they feel, because I'm looking at I'm looking at all of the energy really. Okay, the thoughts, the feelings of you and your partner and the new one, right? Is that you're kind of feeling, and your person, that if you're not speaking, that they're fully unaware that you might be feeling that you want to move away from them, but slowly, right? So it feels like there's such stagnant energy, if it is to do with physical moving, that someone may have decided not to move. Like I kind of thought for a moment that I was going to make a move, or I was going to move physically, but then I actually decided not to, and I actually decided to stay where I am. So I probably got an offer from a friend to go over, or I probably got an offer from a person to physically move out as a younger person, but I probably decided that I didn't want to. So if you've got kids and they are grown-ups and they are able, in order to move out, they may have had an offer to go out with their boyfriend or their girlfriend or physically move, but they may have decided, hold on a minute, things didn't quite go as planned, so I can't move now, I am staying where I am. So that may be a message for you, what you've got, but as again now looking at the other side of the energy of what your person thinks and feels about you is that they will talk, but they don't want to rush into anything. Okay, they don't want to go full hog into like marriage, kids, all that, you know. They just want to take it easy. Now, if you've got a brand new person on the horizon and you think, you know what, I'm a Virgo or a Pisces or something like that, and I have a common interest with a new person that I have met. If you have, and you want to know what your person feels, could be exactly the same as that. Which means I have met someone, but I don't know if I want to go out with you or not. I don't know if I really want to rush into anything, right? But we'll only really tell that by the future. But show me what Virgo's partner thinks and feels about Virgo. the Queen. So the Queen of Wands. So like I said, this could be your mother or in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but you really need to watch the numerology and everything else of why these turn up, right? So it's here. What your partner thinks and feels about you is that they are optimistic about talking to you, right? And they would talk, and they would make a plan in order to meet up. They would, but they would like agree to go out somewhere, right? To keep the energy very light, they would meet up, right? Some of this is like meet the parents, like will you come over but I live with my parents here. You could, as an individual energy of looking at a reading for you, is that you could really be going to stay with parents here for a short time. If you already live with them, but your partner comes over to visit you whilst you're in with your parents. Now, if you're a Virgo and you're not watching and you've got kids and you know that your kids are dating, that's them coming over with you here and they're dating here. Okay. So what else am I seeing? Is that, because I'm hearing, well, who else are you seeing then? Like, are you seeing anybody? So somebody could ask you. I really am picking up like a new energy here for a lot of you, of like someone saying, look, are you seeing anybody at the moment? So that's going to be completely down to you whether you want me to read this from the past or future, because I'm unsure. Which means Gary on Tina, or Shaw, or Gary Shaw, or like I'm very unsure, but somebody called Shaw. Okay, but I'm unsure. So, because there's an approach there of an open-ended discussion, and that will, but then the Knight of Pentacles is like, no, I don't really want to. I don't want to go that quick. I don't want to go that fast. Sagittarius energy here, or fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they want to go straight into a relationship. Which means that if you have this in your chart and you're watching, and you're a Virgo, and you have fire in your chart somewhere, and you're well up for discussion, your partner will discuss. Okay, if you are well up for moving on and you're well up for just jumping straight into a relationship, your partner is really unsure of whether they just want to go straight into like, bam, let's go straight up for like moving out, moving in, blah, blah, blah. Really don't know if I want to go that far, right? So you've kind of got these energies here of possibilities of what your partner, past, could think, present partner, and also future, meaning that if this is a new person, they might be slightly like, you know what, I just want to put the brakes on a little bit. I really don't know if I want to go the whole hog straight away, right? But as a fire sign here, they're kind of like, no, I'm really open in order to get going again, right? I really want to get this going. I've got things on my mind, which could be you, meaning if you're on my mind and I'm on your mind, then hey, you know what? Trigger, you're right there, Ricky. Y'all know what I mean, Dave. But something like that anyway. But Knight of Cups, what is the Knight of Cups here for Virgo's Scorpio? For Virgo's partner, why is it that they are Knight of Cups? Knight of Cups, C, Cancerian or 7. So you'll have to watch that one, but that was very early this morning, and there was an upset energy there of something that was in it. It was around a child that just found out. I found out as a friend. There I am as a 7 in this reading. Also a 9 as Pisces, but it depends how you look at it. But they're the hardest one to break the code of, because they're kind of everybody. But here, because it just relates to numerology of numbers of division by 1. Okay, but here. Yeah, you've kind of got this energy that this person does feel as if they will come to see you here, they will. But yeah, this is what came up through the Cancerian reading. This is me as a water sign here, finding out about my friend who just said that they'd lost their mum here. So something that was going on here. So just visiting sister, just visiting brother, situation going on there because of some sort of family thing that's going on for a lot of people. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all got so many signs of being new, but you've also got so many signs of your other person being willing to talk. You see, that's what makes and breaks an energy. That means that the karma is pretty much over, which means that if it's over and there is no more karma, that is completely down to you whether you want to discuss this with that past partner. Meaning that they are open for discussion, that they will talk about it, right? But that means that because now the karma's over, if that breaks you and you don't want to, because now you have an opportunity to, if you don't want it, that's what breaks the relationship, and you go off and you go into a karmic cycle with this new person. Meaning that it doesn't matter which situation of karma it is that you end up in whatever lesson it is that is meant for you with the past partner or with the future one. It doesn't matter who you spend your karmic with or your karma with, you spend a lot of time and energy on a person. So that means, do I want to give up the ghost or do I physically want to keep on? Okay, so it's up to you here that your partner, your ex, will discuss about things, right? But if your plan here is you as a Virgo, because this can mean a Virgo, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but if that means you as a Virgo, that means that pointing this way, you are curious to know of whether this person will speak. They will, if you ask, right? Because that's how they feel. If you are curious to move on, right? Sorry, but if you are cute, I don't know why I'm talking like that. But if you are thinking, you know what, the karma is over, there is no more argument, I've dropped it, so have you, that means that now, if you do want to talk, you can. If you don't, and you do want to move on, and you want to meet a new person, that means that the karma's over, the karma broke you, that you move on with a new person. So it means the end of cycle, end of Michael, right, end of the whole thing, it's either starting up again, or it's ending, finished and somebody's moved on with a new person. But that's only if you know that you've met a new person here, because I really do pick this guy's up as you. So if you are like in disguise, right, and you're kind of like thinking, well, will my person speak to me if I reach out? Yes. Will the new person that I want to go forward with speak to me that I've met? Yes. Right. Queen of Wands. King of Cups, there you go. A king and a queen that are a mismatched pair, right? So, like I said, look for the numerology of the number of where these turn up. Fire sign, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or North Node. Numerology also within that, okay? But they're in your soul group reading, meaning that your person will 100% get back with you if you discuss things more amicably and take it slowly. They will make a plan to move or go, right? Wherever it is, they will start moving. Trust me, they will, because of this connection that is still here. So this can either be past, present, and you're okay, or future, meaning that you're still in the scenario with the person and everything's good, you're just taking it easy, you're taking it slow, or you've split up, you want to know how your person feels, that you may want to talk. They will come to see you if you ask. That's how they feel. They do still love you. They are still here in your energy. If you broke up, split up, and you're wondering how they feel and can I or should I? Yes. If this is new person, you met someone, you're like, you know what? I have an option. It's a new person. You could go into that kind of scenario here, but I don't know. That would be after, because we're gonna have to look afterwards here. But I'm also hearing that I'm going to have to look after you. Do you want me to look after you? Do you want me to do something for you here? This could also be a friend that you have going on that could be going through the energy of, unfortunately, the karmic book of, the Akashic book of death that I actually started to pick up of reach is certain things. But yeah, again, there you go. That is also my friends that are witnessing something about friends. One of them is a Cancerian, is more than likely just been told by my friend also, that also told me, that has also just told Lucy, or also just told Cancerian here, of a friend of mine, of a friend, and that's why these friends are here, of where people have heard news about something that could be going on in the family, okay? So that is here. But yeah, that's how your partner thinks and feels about you, okay? Let's look very quickly into only start of it, okay, which is going to be the 14th. I'm also hearing The Witches of Eastwick for some reason. The Witches of Eastwick, that was a really good film, right? The Witches of Eastwick. But Yeah, Eastwood, someone that lives down Eastwood. Or Wood Street or Eastwood. Okay. Anyway, let's see. So, Virgo, 14th until the 21st. What's going on with Virgo from the 14th until the 21st of May? Bam, 5. You're going to have to drop it, whichever way it is, because it's open discussion, but you do have a 5 here. So ruminating thought, Sagittarius, Taurus, life path 5. Okay, what do? Do you want to forget this argument? Can we carry on or not? Can we forget it? Can we drop it? Or do you want me to just forget it or not? So it can still be a frayed knot. It can be a Piscean energy, but which is a hangman, right? But again, it's still an energy of like, well, what do you want to do then? Do we carry on arguing, or do we forget it or drop it or move on? What do we do? Because someone has to drop this 5 of wands here, right? So if you can't forget it and you don't want to reach out, and your partner is thinking that they will, you might be thinking that you don't want to here, because the majority of the energy is coming from around relationship of Taurus and also Sagittarius, but any kind of fire sign, right, is kind of contemplating on whether they actually really want to or not, right, here. Because you have to drop your defences. If you're still defensive, okay, so what has Virgo got coming up for them from... but again, look, because of numerology, it doesn't have to be your partner. You don't have to look at this and think, oh no, that's my partner. It could be a Taurus energy. It could be a Sagittarius. It could be someone in the family. Right. But let's see. Virgo, Sun, rising Venus and Jupiter. For the 14th until the 21st. Capricorn. Oh, no, someone is still holding slight grudge. Well, you got Capricorn and also Gemini. Taurus and also Sagittarius. Okay. Well, yeah, Taurus, Sagittarius. But I don't quite know what to do, because you still feel sexually attracted and allured to this person. But again, you might start thinking, you know what, I can go straight back into this cycle with you, or it's something very toxic around somebody, which could be, like I said, it could be temptation. It's around 5, which means it's around your family. If you've got like a toxic situation going on around family and they're doing drink or they're abusing certain rights of alcohol or something, and you don't want to put yourself in that mix, then that's me not wanting to join in with the crowd, right? I don't want to join in with the crew. So you've got this brew energy, like I don't want to brew. Bruce or brew, okay, which is a brew. Bruja. Okay, I'm hearing bruja. So I'm hearing a witch, a bruja. Really? You getting on with that? All right, y'all fuck yet? But like, yeah, I'm a bruja. All right then, bro. You go somewhere else, Bruce. Someone from Australia maybe? Or a brew. Brew, you out there, Bruce? Brew. Bright like bruja. Like I'm a bruja. Oh yeah. Good for you. Good luck when you get downstairs. But like, anyway. Yeah, there's something here, like I said, if this doesn't turn up as your love life, it starts to turn up around where you run off to, which can be an X. X marks the spot, Capricorn. It can be where you go into a toxic situation around your family where you know that there's temptation out there, because there's temptation everywhere. So it doesn't matter where you spend your karma, you spend it with a future, past or future, past or present. Right? But the present tense is what it's telling you is if there's temptation out there around you that is not good for you, and you know that, but you get forced into that by going into a family dynamic, you'll just experience that with your family dynamic. You can never get rid of the devil because he's always here, because that's where we are. This is karma. This is karmic energy, right? So you can never get rid of that. You can never get rid of your karma, ever, right? So something, your karma, probably angelic karma or your karma. Okay, or Carmel. I'm also hearing Carmel or Mel. But something that is going on around you that is either your partner or someone that's interfering in the connection, which means that if nobody's interfering in the connection at all, and it isn't family and all that, it means that your karmic pattern then turns up here around your family. 5. Structure of work, relationship, right? So if your main focus is fighting in a relationship, and your main focus has been fighting in a lot of relationships that you've been in, and you've met a new person, you're just going to carry this with you and take it into a new relationship, because you can never get rid of anything that is karmic, right? Which means that you either spend it with a new person, old person, or you're still on a break. But your person feels and thinks that they're open for discussion. It might just be that you're not. It might be the fact that you're still got an ego, or like you're still sexually attracted and karmically connected to this person and feel that you can't get away from them, that you're still attracted to them, because this can mean sex and temptation, and I know that if I speak to you, or if I do, we're going to end up sleeping together. But like some kind of, I don't know, because this could be minor, you see, it could be a minor thing, but it's still there. So it's very minor, which means that it can end up being play fighting and stuff like that, but it can still feel energy of like, well, if you want to talk, you can. Then we end up sleeping together here. Sleeping with the enemy, or sleeping with Emma, or sleeping with Emily, or Melissa, or Maria, or anything beginning with M, but we end up doing that. Okay, it depends on the rest of your reading. If you would like the rest of it, you can join. All of the links are provided below for Patron, but it's only the full access bundle. There's a video that explains all about Patron if you haven't joined before and what you get. After this one, you will not see any on YouTube yet, because your last week after these readings, when Pisces is finished, the last week will be done fully, but only for Patreon members. That's it. That's because that's me trying to stick also and be loyal to my subscriptions of Patreon. So your last week will only be done over on Patreon if you want to join. This one will be a full spread, clarified to you what you got coming up for a week. There are videos all over the place on this channel, educational stuff, loads of strange things that have been going on. I would watch the one where it talks about evolution and everything else. It is on the community tab. But everything that you want or provided will tell you in every single video and stuff that is also provided in the show more section. Okay, so if you would like it, it's the full access button on Patreon. Okay, alright Virgo, thanks very much. I will see you soon.